Welcome, everybody, to Chapter 54 of LegionsCast. Ooh, my phone's talking back to me. Welcome, everybody, to Chapter... Shut that down.
Fourth man. Best fourth man host out there.
What's going on, guys? Here we are. We're going to talk about some fun stuff today, including a new faction focus. We're going to get into the good guys. Emil's worked hard on putting this together, as he always does, and he's gonna take us through the journey of Sir Gideon and his gang.
Yeah.
If you don't know me, I am Lord Steve Bishotti, and we have my co-host with me today, Emil Wickman, from all the way from Sweden. Unless you live in Sweden, then it's not that far.
It's not. I'm the only one living here.
Tomas might be watching.
Yeah, maybe.
So, and then Legion's Len is here. Len LaGuardia of the newest of jerseys.
Hey, everybody.
Len, I see you got Yoda back there ready to go. His lightsaber looks like it's lit and everything.
I do. Look at him. That's the Christmas Yoda. He still has his Christmas hat on. I'm going to take that hat off. Put a bandana on him, I think.
So is his lightsaber lit all the time?
Oh, yeah. It's got different modes. You can either be just lit lightsaber mode, motion activated mode, so if you walk by him, he starts talking and swinging the lightsaber, or off. So, yeah, it's pretty wild.
Nice. I like it just as a nightlight.
I'm telling you, man, I wish you would have found one, because it's awesome. They were best $100 I ever spent this year.
Oh, nice.
Hey, everybody. Well, Steve, 1 second.
Go ahead.
Make sure that so today is the first time we are officially streaming on the Mythic Legions Cabal. Welcome everyone that's there. It looks like we have a lot of people watching. If you are first time viewing and you have to, you want to be seen in the chat and let everyone know who you are, follow the link at the beginning of the chat that I posted. It sends you to StreamYard and it will allow StreamYard to show your name. Otherwise, you're going to show up like Facebook user here.
Like a Facebook user. Hi, guys. Hi, Facebook user.
Or this guy.
Look at these sloppy seconds.
I have a feeling I know who that is.
I'm sloppy.
So all you guys, hello, but follow that link and allow it, and then come back and say hello again.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that we're in the Cabal and streaming there as well as YouTube, and yeah, that's a fun addition. Hopefully, people will see us easier. You know, the real fans that are hanging out in the Cabal will catch our show a little faster. A little easier.
Yeah, no, the Cabal is my favorite place to be online. You know?
Well, yeah, it's the only place to be.
Yeah. For
a Legions fan.
For a Legions fan, that makes sense.
Yeah, you know, my wife, she probably wouldn't care too much, but I like it. I tend to like the Cabal.
You tend to like it. so something else that we like that we just comment was your fantastic shirt again.
Yeah, that's my shirt. That's when I go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Just waiting there on the hanger, huh, buddy?
There's actually two shirts there. It's hard to tell, but there's one behind another. And they're both Hawaiian, and they're both shirts I got when I was in Hawaii, and I haven't worn them since. So when I go back to Hawaii, maybe I'll try to put them on.
Okay. Is it to remind you that it's close? You know, you just have to get that shirt and book a ticket. Kind of, you know, like a freedom feeling that you have in there.
That's just where I put it. There's no thought behind it. It's just there.
Yeah, I like to analyze things. So maybe I think there is a Freudian thought somewhere hidden, you know?
Maybe. Yeah, that was a fun trip, but we'll talk about that on a different show, because today we're going to talk about the new email we got that everybody probably got. And most people that are listening to this show, if you are if you're waiting for the Poxus wave, we have news. We have information. We have an email. and some other things. So, Len, you gonna handle that?
Absolutely. So,
All right.
everyone, we got an email from Store Horseman today updating us on the status of Poxis arrival and shipping. First of all, the email lets us know that the wave is coming in as we speak. So it's being warehoused. It's coming in five total containers. I believe that's the most containers for one wave ever. I think that I saw that somewhere, and
I heard that as well.
So this is the largest shipment they've ever received of one single wave, especially at one time. So those guys are busting their butts trying to find places to put everything, getting everything organized, and getting it ready to ship. Unfortunately, because it's coming in 5 containers, it's split up. So things might be different than what everyone's used to. And I think that Jeremy and everyone kind of warned us a little. On the 4 Horsemen O'Clock yesterday, they said the same. They basically told us that all-ins might not be the first things that ship, like what we're kind of used to. I think it happened before. Was it All-Stars 5? There was something recently that happened, and everyone that was used to the same all-ins going first got a little upset.
Yeah, we had something where ogres were on a different thing? There were different scales and different things showing up.
There was something that broke the norm, and everyone kind of got like brain fried from it. But this time, they're kind of giving us the heads up ahead of time and saying that this is how it is. Like, the all-ins are not going to ship. So what's there, what came in, what those guys unloaded the last couple days, Diego's starting to make labels for and getting out. So if you were someone, say, now again, I don't know this for sure, but say you ordered the ogre scale, and that's all you ordered, and those came in, well, guess what? You're going to get your order probably like in the next couple of days. It's going to start shipping. I don't know that for sure, but I know that that's the kind of like the way it's working, the process. They're asking that if you need to make a change of address, you need to email customer service to do that. So look in that email or go on Source Horseman, find it, contact them. You can't just go into the website and update your shipping address, and then automatically, like, they'll just know where to send it. If your shipping address now is different than it was when the order was placed, 2 years ago, you need to contact them and tell them where you're at now and where it needs to go, and they'll get you all taken care of. Remember that you might see things coming into your email saying that a label was created, and scan, and then you won't see any movement, because that's not always how like the process works, where like the label's created and then it's automatically shipped. So just be patient, right? Like, just be patient. Just because the label was made doesn't mean it's going out the door. Don't freak out. Don't start sending emails and calling them. Your stuff's going to go. It's just that like the process is just different than what we're used to.
So for example, I'm very eager to get my figures, and just to do some role playing here. What's not to do? Okay, Len, can you be Diego?
Sure.
Taking a customer service. Yes, thank you. Well, Stephen, can you be Eric Treadaway?
God, I wish.
There, try. Okay, and I'll just be myself. This is how not to do it. Okay. Oh, the new figures are coming. I've been looking forward to these a very long time now. I want them now. I wonder if I got a shipping notice. I haven't got the shipping notice. I wonder if I should contact someone. I'll contact Diego. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Hello, Diego. I was just hearing about the Poxis wave, and I haven't got a shipping notice yet. Can I have a shipping notice, please?
Well, my friend, this wave is shipping a little differently, and you might not get your shipping notice right away based on what
Can I get it tomorrow?
No, but if you can be patient and just check your emails for when that comes, that would be your best route.
Then I just want one final question. If I cannot be patient, what should I do then? Please, Diego, help me.
You should probably go into the Cabal and post about it. Ask where your shipping
God.
notice is.
No, okay.
No,
Stop
no,
role-playing.
don't do that.
Don't do
No.
that. That's bad advice. Okay. And finally, just one thing. Thank you, Diego. Bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna call Eric Treadaway. Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Diego, answer the phone.
Ring, ring.
Diego.
Hello? Horseman Studios.
Is this Eric Treadaway?
No, it is not. This is customer service.
And I called Eric Treadaway. I was just gonna ask him a very important question.
Oh, what question would that be? Didn't I just speak with you, sir?
Maybe, but my name is Bob, and I just want to hear if my shipping notice is coming.
I guarantee you, if you placed an order, your shipping notice is coming.
Thank you so much. Bye. Role playing
Bob.
ended. Oh, I'm sorry. I ended the role playing before you said bye. So I'm sorry for interrupting you. Thank you. That's it. I just wanted to do it in a way so we all can understand, because it's easy to be getting misunderstands, and I don't want to make fun of anyone who is very eager. I'm very eager, and I'm not going to do that.
I am eager. I'm eager for this wave a ton.
Yeah.
You guys?
Very. We all are.
What are you most excited for, Emil?
Honestly, first Thrace. That was the first.
That should have known.
Thrace.
We talked enough about her when we did our rankings last episode, so yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
But also, oh yeah, that is the first one. But the brute scales, Thrace, the brute scales, Arakagor, and Poxus. I would guess those would be my 4 things that I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emil? I'm sorry, Len?
I will be honest with you. I heard rumors. I heard things. And I heard that the demon, the green ogre scale demon guy,
as a Hazar, as a Azer or something,
amazing. Like I heard in hand, he's absolutely incredible. They kind of George and Chris said it in the show yesterday, because they were showing the packaging and like off, out of the boxes, they were showing the real product, and they said that he's crazy. He's huge. That's what they kept saying. He's a big guy. Like he's huge, because I guess those horns and everything make him even larger. So that makes it pretty exciting. If you see a place where these guys live, breathe, and die toys, right, every day, and something like, and to hear them all say like, whoa, this thing's nuts. That's pretty cool. Like that makes me more excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually one of the figures that I'm thinking I would be most shocked about, anticipation wise, contrary to when you get them. There are some figures that you really think will be there, and this is one of the figures that I'm looking forward to it this much, but I think it will be this good, once I get it.
Yeah, I brought up this comment from Facebook user. Go into the link at the very top and allow StreamYard. But your point is good. I think a lot of people are so excited because there are a lot of us this was their first G-Con, right? Like this was the first time getting the experience and seeing these prototypes in person, right? Like I know both of you guys, right? I mean,
yes.
The same as me. And it was that makes it really special. So I think that's why a lot of people are really anticipating it.
And I just want to say that it was some other things in the chat here. Dorkler is saying the cloth hoods and brute scales are some of the anticipations. We had others here who had some other things. I lost the comments. I'm not the master among
the comments have been flying in. I feel bad that we're totally ignoring them, but there's a lot of people with us, and thank you everybody that's here. Just throwing out some names. Let's see, we got 1-6 Shooter, Mark Rivera, Jesse Arnold, Big Greg, Kirby Smith, Gregory Scherber, Kirby Smith, again, Matt Stein, J Mac, Mark Houseal, Rory Megan, Van Johnson, Purple Gang Gang. let's see. You guys can shout them out too if you want. Just Shelve It. Benny Torres, my buddy Benny. Santos Rivera. Hey, Santos, what's up, buddy? Long time no see.
So, am
Sorry.
I the only one
It's exciting.
Am I the only one that's excited about the Wizards? Come on.
Nolan Lariosa here also says, I'm excited for the Wizards.
There you
See,
go.
I am too.
No
I
one-
cannot wait. I cannot wait to get these in hand and pose them and pose their little wired capes and their robes and everything else, and put the magic effects in their hands, and just add that other dimension to my shelves. I think that people are going to be, once they get them in hand and they see people's pictures and put these figures alongside the rest of the group, I think they're going to be like, wow, these are really cool.
But Steve, they're skinny wizards.
I don't care if they're skinny wizards. Shouldn't wizards be skinny?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
don't have to be skinny, but they're skinny.
The Wizards are some of the things that I don't know what to expect. Really, really exactly like what you're saying. I'm looking forward to get excited about them. I think I hear that you are excited about the Wizards, and I'm more like, I don't feel it yet with the Wizards, but that may be something, a disturbance in my soul or something.
I think you'll feel it once you get them.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm looking forward to that feeling.
It's
never been
similar
disappointed in anything so far.
I don't know if any of you guys watched Four Horsemen O'Clock, but they showed the packaging for the effects, the magic effects, and it looks incredible. The packaging's so cool. It's like window package, graphics on the back side. It's not like the old days where you just got a blister pack loose with all the accessories. Yeah. Gorgeous packaging. I saw that when Chris was holding up. I'm like, whoa, that's so cool.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm kind of like admitting what I'm thinking about the Wizards. I'm not saying that anything bad about them. I'm just trying to place the feeling. But seeing the magic effects and seeing everything that everyone would be doing, I think it will blow my mind as well. When you get them in hand. I'm just saying.
I think it's going to be cool, and also, these are the first Wizards we get, and I think we'll probably get more, and not all of them will be 2.0, or we're going to have different variations. We know it's the Four Horsemen, and they like to do things, they like to give us variety, and
there actually are 1.0 magic users in the wave, so it's
yeah, absolutely,
maybe not called Wizard, but yeah.
And if you look at the recent the recent upgrades in the cloth goods that we've gotten from Four Horsemen lately, I think this is really going to be a game changer once we get these, and I'm just really excited. And those magic effects are going to be cool for other things besides Mythic Legions. There's going to be some fun, other figures that are going to be able to take advantage of those.
That's what our friend 16 Shooter just said too. They're going to be very popular across the boards, I think.
So yeah.
Big Greg's exhausted. He's probably tired. How's your back, buddy? You all right? A lot of work the last couple of days.
Yeah. For you guys who don't know, Greg is very active unpacking, unloading the boxes of figures for all of us.
Yeah. And unloading cars.
Yeah. One other word of note, just though, on the email is that as far as now, this is a wave because it's been so long since the pre-orders from the Horsemen. There's been a lot of people that jumped on, and they jumped on with retail, right? So they have a lot of I assume there's a lot of retailer pre-orders like Big Bad Toy Store, Empire, Mallfish, Horsehead, all those guys. I believe that the date is still a little up in the air. There was they have a brief idea of when that date's going to be, but because of the way everything's shipping and the way the containers are coming, I don't believe that there's been a solid release date on when the street date they call it, when those will officially be out.
Got it. Because international retailers, they get the boxes straight from the factories.
It depends on the nation, I believe.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I
So-
don't think that I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I think some countries do, depending on the proximity to where they ship out of to China, I think.
God.
Well, it's going to be fun in the next month or so. All of us are
for
going to be
sure.
having to put, I got, this will be the first one that I got on with the 2-pack for the, the horse and
Yeah?
Poxus
Oh, really?
himself. Yeah. So that'll be fun. Getting one of those.
Are you
Getting
gonna
one of
open
those
it?
in hand. No, no.
Now you're
No,
gonna
I
have
gotta-
to get
I
the other
gotta-
ones.
Yeah. Well, I've tracked down Airthier. I do not have a Lithia yet, but
I think you can still get a Lithia out there.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say easily, but you can still get
No,
it.
but I have one of each actually. 2 packs.
You do?
Yeah, the Airthier was my first order, pre-order. So when I ordered that one, it was, no, it was the Wastelands, but then I did it as a retailer, but as a, so what can I afford from the Airthier wave? And it's like, I couldn't afford everything at that point. And then
Yep.
I did the 2-pack, okay? So when everything arrived and people were like, oh, the 2-packs are rare, I was like, maybe I'm not going to open this. So I got them from, got some
Yeah.
extra.
I did the same thing because
Yeah.
it was cheaper. It was cheaper to get that 2-pack on Airthier,
Mhm.
and the description didn't say that it was in a special like 2-pack box tribute, and no one knew what it was. And I just because I like a bargain, so I ordered that. I ordered an all-in plus that because I'm like, well, I want an extra of him.
Yeah.
And then when I found out that it was in the box, I'm like, cool.
And we didn't know that when the Lithia, we placed the Lithia order as well either. So it was,
No, that's why
We-
I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't do it because Aerithir showed up after, and
Yeah.
Alithia was solicited. So, yep, good old days. But
Yeah.
I got this
Ma-
one.
I'm happy for you.
So Greg said it was freezing in the trucks yesterday. Man, it's cold in Jersey. It's been like 12, 15. Today
Yeah.
shot up to the 20, like 22. So one thing they kept saying yesterday too is reminding everyone to warm this stuff up when you get it. Like seriously, you're talking like it's been in New Jersey and New York for over a week now in like teen temperatures, and that plastic's cold, guys. Warm it up. These guys, a lot of them are 2.0, right? So warm that plastic. Like don't
Warm
just
that
start
plastic.
tearing at it, or else you're gonna have issues.
Yeah.
And that's
Maybe
any
we
toy
should
line.
make a song about how to warm the plastic. Maybe someone with the musical skills could do that too, so we can have like a fight song to encourage everyone to heat those figures.
Oh, see, I was thinking more like a
Gonna
ballad.
heat it. It's gonna be warm. It's gonna be warm. Heat him up. Something, like, but with style and not like
I was
that.
thinking like a love song, like you gotta warm that plastic.
We should have a contest.
Exactly.
We should have a contest for the most creative way to warm your figure.
That's a good idea. Or I'm
Yeah,
not
'cause-
sure it's a good idea, but it's an idea that I think we could do.
Not sure it's a
Yeah.
good one, but it's something we could do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, see, Trevor's thinking like me. He says it should be in the style of Barry White or Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking too. You gotta warm it before you pose it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, let's make sure all of us heat it up,
Yep.
warm it up. Anyway,
Yeah. So, I guess that covers that. Emil, is it time? It's getting hot in here, so warm up all your toys. Sure.
and the contest has started.
Emil, one of my favorite factions is the Heavens brand. What is it? Is that, I don't know if is that the faction? What is the faction?
Ethoron.
Ethoron. Yes, Ethoron, whatever.
What did you say? Etherion?
That's how I say it. I don't know if it's probably wrong.
What? I'm not gonna say wrong. I like that you like how you say it.
You like how I say it? Etherion.
No, I like that you like how you're saying it.
Oh.
I
Would you
prefer
say
Ethoron,
Ethoron?
but I'm not English speaking, so I mean I don't trust me on it.
Ether.
Well,
But
we don't know
but it
what
is
language they speak in Mythos, do we?
it's probably just like in old science fiction movies, English.
All I know is it has a lot of R's and Z's.
Okay. Well, so faction focus is back.
Nice.
Don't you have music for this?
Not yet.
We need music for this.
We need faction focus. Yeah, that would be nice. I think it would be too long to keep our intro music in the background through the whole faction focus presentation.
You gotta have a button, faction focus, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I think
You can do it. Let's
Do
continue
what?
with you doing it like that. Okay, so now it's time for
faction focus, yeah. That's my best duet because that's actually I'm actually ripping that off from Po2, but yeah.
Sounds good. So I've changed the intro, changed it up from the previous faction focus to summarize this. The world of Mythos was created by Helios and Selene. After a while, Selene loved the whole world of creation a bit more than what Helios did. He preferred, well, his love for Selene. So it escalated into Helios creating the four, dark gods and a lot of other creatures that waged war upon Mythos. Selene manifested manifested, you can say, created the four great beasts to counterattack these four dark gods. And, do you guys know the names of these? Let's, from the top, we have Silona's flock.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the Order of Ethoron.
Are we supposed to repeat after you, sir?
I just want you, I try to get you to say one of these.
Oh,
so the lion.
Say it's like a quiz then.
We should
the
do this
army,
in the beginning.
The army of Leodicius.
Good. And the
army of Leodicius. Vexilius.
Basilia. Next time, I think I will just go through this. So each of these beasts were created as a countermeasure to these four dark gods. And today we're going to focus on Ethoron.
Yeah.
The Order of Ethoron. Here we have the big map of Mythos. And Etheros is located in the southeast corner as the counterforce of Necronominus, the Dark Lord of Death.
All right.
Here we have a close-up of the map of Etheros and the crown city, the capital of Etheros. And here is also where we have Etheron's temple. And I want to go through some history points. We don't know much about what happened during the Great Wars in the past. We know that the four dark gods were defeated, and the four great beasts, they vanished somehow.
Mm-hmm.
We have not gotten enough info to learn exactly what happened to them.
Okay.
But once they were gone, we should focus on some of the historical points of Etheros. And if you can't see these points, they're gonna be clear. The Heavensbrand family was part of the order from the very beginning. The family is named, after the sword, the Heavensbrand that Etheron was wielding.
Okay.
In this sword, Ethoron himself had put some of his life force into it to make that weapon very, very powerful. So had all the other great beasts done as well.
Still one of the awesomest weapons they've ever sculpted.
And I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I love the sword. The Heaven's Brand sword is just amazing.
And so, starting the Order of Ethoron, it was founded, I guess, after the Great War. I mean, Ethoron was leading his army against Necronominus, but it says that the order was founded afterwards. And all was well, you know, faith in what the great eagle god Ethoron had done, and the faith in him was kind of like the foundation of all of Etheros. The corruption spreads.
Yeah,
we
heard about this.
As soon as something good happens, there tend to be others who want to take part of this and use this for their own. So even if the foundation of the order was something good, there were other people who infiltrated this order and wanted to get, they wanted to get the power, the influence to become something important. They didn't necessarily care that much for the faith in itself. And this, through many, many, many years, this escalated and became more. The corruption spread. At one point, we arrived at Gabriel Heavensbrand, who was the leader of the order at this time. Spoiler, he's the father of Gideon Heavensbrand. He tried to fight against this corruption that had spread and was actually tearing the order apart. But he got struck with a mysterious illness. Not much is mentioned about this, but I mean, we can speculate where this illness came from or why it was.
Toxis.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, maybe some of these people in the order, the corrupted ones, were allying themselves with Toxis. I don't know. So even though he wanted to kind of stir up everything and make it better, the order in the order, he didn't have the power, he didn't have the strength to do it. While he was sick, Necronominus, not Necronominus the god, but his forces desecrated the temple of Ethoron, the temple where it was said that the remnants or remains of Ethoron himself was guarded. This is where the Templars, they guarded this temple. But they found that the grave was empty. There was no remains of the great god. So the corrupted ones, they used this as an excuse to disband the Templars altogether. So this was another great part of the order that was, that the leadership got rid of. And the last point...
I have a question. A question. Why is the Necronominus a symbol above that?
Just because they were from Necronominus, just there were troops from Necronominus
that desecrated the temple.
Yeah, they desecrated the temple
and tried to find the body of, or the remains of.
Because something that's easy to forget is that even when the four great gods were defeated, and much was somewhat peaceful in the lands, it was not all peace. The dark forces were still there, attacks were still going on, and fights and wars, but the forces of good was so strong that they could fight them back. Anyway, we arrive at the last point, and that is Gideon Heavensbrand, who, when he took the leadership of the order, he started to make changes, and he started to work, get rid of the corrupted ones, the corruption, and restore the order. So this is really one person of great faith that, took the corrupted order of Ethoron and turned it into something good.
Nice.
So that is the backbone, the story. And here we have the chart of all the figures released or on pre-order, or that are on their way from the Order of Ethoron.
Awesome.
Feel free to say anything that you guys think, but I'm gonna try to, most of these I'm gonna make a pretty short presentation of.
All right. I'm anxious to hear what you have to say.
This is one of my favorite factions of all of the figures.
Mine too.
So we start with Ethoron himself, who is mentioned as a battle god. And we've already talked a lot about him. I would like to say that his sword is said to be bestowed with the power to purify the evil in enemies' souls. I'm not sure if the Necronominus troops have souls or not, but, those were the ones he fought the most. Moving on to Gideon Heavensbrand. You can say so much about him. He is summarized as a selfless man whose conviction and faith are unwavering. So he is really the pillar of the whole order. And I think that's the most important. Yes?
And has a cooler mustache than Tom Selleck.
He might be the only one who has a cooler mustache than Tom Selleck.
Mm.
Is it Len who loves mustaches?
No, Len hates mustaches.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. This one's okay though, I'll allow it.
Yeah. And here we have his sister, Gwendolyn Heavensbrand, who is she's mentioned as a paladin and referred to as the commander, kind of like the fist of the whole order, the one who is leading the troops. And she's not the first female leader of the military forces of any faction. So her and Gideon's discussions are many, and she seems to be more for the fighting, and he is more for diplomatic solutions, maybe. Though I don't want to see it like that. That's how it's kind of like it's described. But
he's the one that has the Heavensbrand sword. You'd think he'd have to get his hands dirty at some point.
Yeah, maybe she is more eager. Maybe when there is another solution, she still prefers fighting. I don't know. It's a little bit vague. But I made this line just to show that these are there's a bloodline between them. And here we have Bishop, the steed that was born lame and belonged to the Heavensbrand family. Stephen, why are you laughing?
I just love this kid. I love the story, and I love the look of this horse. I'm so excited. Like, we're about to get Poxus, and this what we're looking at with this horse and that 2.0 Heavensbrand figure is probably a year or more, who knows, away. And I'm already giggling when I see these figures because I want them.
These two are the combo that I look forward to the most of all figures. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So, short, Bishop was born lame. Gideon, as a young boy, prayed and stayed with Bishop through the whole night. And in the morning, he was well.
That's like a fairy tale. I don't know. It's just super cool.
And so their bond is, their bond goes back a long time. That horse must be pretty old, though.
Well, horses live a long time.
Yeah, this is the best horse. So I'm just gonna show the builders here. There are 4 builders that I want to start showing off now. The Steel Knight, which is one of few 2.0 figures in this faction. We have the Knight, who is which came with a Knight builder set. Very
Yeah.
popular one.
Very popular and kind of rare, right?
Yeah, that's what. Yep, I don't have it. The Silver Knight is another builder, and we have the Gold Knight. Many of these are pretty old.
Yes.
And here we go. Gadriel, who is the only angel, I think, that we've seen.
I believe that's right.
Yeah, I think so.
They are revered as sacred creatures in the world of mythos. They live in Sirius, who is the great golden city in the clouds. She's exiled from there, basically because she wants to help the humans too much. She wants to help protect them at all costs. So therefore, she's exiled from the clouds.
If I made a G.I. Jane joke, would you slap me? If I, just was wondering.
I don't slap.
Go ahead.
You have something you want to say? Do it.
No. I said it. No, this was just being stupid here.
Okay. There are not many figures in this wave who are, most are humans. There's not a big diversity with different races from mythos, but we have Sir Valgard here, who is the dwarf knight. He's also one of the older figures, and he was part of fighting for Gabriel Heavensbrand, Gideon's father. So he's old and he's wise. And what's said about him is that he offers wisdom and guidance to Gideon. Oh, from Dorothy, the Senatus is half angel. Thank you for that.
Good catch.
Sir Valgard is seen as a inspiration and symbol of the Order of Etheron's return to greatness. Probably he was part of the era before Gideon, and also now with Gideon.
That's cool.
And we have Sir Uchak, the paladin, the ogre. To say short, ogres are not generally nice creatures, and this one, Sir Uchak, he at one time had a vision of a golden bird. Yeah, spoiler, Ethoron. And so he left his wretched way of fighting and killing, and stayed in a hut and prayed. And the rumor about him spread to Gideon, who went and visited him and invited him back to the crown city to join the order. One thing to say about him, that he is one of the most faithful and powerful warriors fighting for the Legions of Light. And Sir Uchak is also an homage to our own Greg.
That figure is just ridiculous. I can't wait.
Yeah, that thing's awesome. Is he green under there?
I would assume.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I can't wait to get him and strip his upper arms and his upper thighs and make him a little bit, bit ogre-y. See what that looks like.
I agree.
Different steps when he is undressing his armor. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, sometimes maybe he wants to just, skies out, thighs out, suns out, guns out. Maybe he needs to get a little, get a little air flowing.
Go for a swim?
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Probably want to take more of that armor off then, if you're going to go for a swim, though.
Yeah.
Weigh you down, that's pretty dangerous.
I love this figure, just like you said, Steven.
Yeah.
This is this is also definitely one of the top figures I'm looking forward to get. Just to feel how a massive ogre scaled knight will feel like, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Of
amazing.
Can I ask you a question? Because you guys might know
course.
better than me. What is that? What exactly is a paladin? I mean, I've heard the word obviously many, many times. I always thought it was like a very powerful, like man at arms type warrior that also had a little magic that they used to.
Generally, I would
But
say like more like a holy knight, more.
because I just see it used a lot for in this faction, so it doesn't mean they have like a little bit of magic power.
You don't. I don't know. That depends on what kind of lore you're following. Many paladins have some kind of blessing spells or healing spells and stuff like that. You know.
Right.
But I would just say holy knight, and yeah, I love paladins.
Okay.
It says right here, a paladin is a trusted military leader or a leading champion of a cause, often in the Middle Ages. The word comes from Latin palatinus, meaning, I don't know if I can read anymore. But
Well,
yeah, I can't get the next sentence anyways, but there you go. That's what I found.
awesome. And I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I only know the aspects of paladins from uh, role playing games.
I only know it from like MMOs and video games, and to me, they always had some kind of ability to like buff with like a magic spell, or they weren't full like wizards or magicians or priests, but they had like a little bit of magic they could use.
Yeah, to
Just
maybe
wondering.
enhance their attacks and stuff like that as well.
Another
Yeah.
definition.
They usually have strong powers against a paladin. I would say is especially well equipped to handle the undead. Generally a paladin have bonus points when fighting undead, and this faction is focused toward necronominus, so that makes sense.
Another definition: the noun paladin means a champion of cause.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that in the comments. But everyone's saying the same thing. It really just depends on what the lore is. You know what the lore is. Maybe that's a good question for our friends at Just Shelve It to ask this Sunday of Eric Treadaway. This Sunday at 8 o'clock, Eric is going to be on Just Shelf It on YouTube. So maybe those guys can ask him that question.
That's a good how they define a paladin in the world of mythos.
Right.
I like that. Moving on to Sir Owain. Oh, let's see. My bad. Sir Ignatius is first. And I'm going to read something from here. Sir Ignatius' absolute faith is a source of inspiration for his brothers in arms. Once a denouncer of the order and its flawed ways, he was an integral part of the order's reformation and Sir Gideon's rise to leadership. So, this is one who was important for Gideon and for the revival of the order, of course. Though he's mentioned to be one of the knights that were a part of the order before Gideon joined.
Yeah.
So he's seen the bad things.
Yeah. He's old.
He's old, and you can't see that. And he has a beautiful armor. Here we have Sir Owain, and he is a warrior and a swordsmith, in addition to being a knight. So he's famous for his detailed and ornate stuff and how he makes the weapons. He's a great fighter as well. But one thing that I really want to focus, if we remember something from Sir Owain, is that he is famous for his jovial good nature.
Yep, he's a good guy to be around.
He's a good guy to be around. Exactly, I like that.
Yeah. It's like Steve.
Yeah, he's like me.
That is
Yeah.
exactly. Sir Ravain is Steve.
Yeah.
Or maybe Steven. Okay. Anyway.
I mean, I'm a
This-
good guy to be around.
Yeah, you
You're
are.
jovial. You're very
You're great.
jovial.
Very
Great
jovial.
jovial guy to be around. So this guy, Sir Andrew, has a pretty long bio to read, and many of us have heard this, from this last year. Summarizing this, he has good genetics when it comes to becoming a pyromancer or using spells. As a kid, he accidentally blew up his house and killed his parents.
Yikes.
That was a pretty horrible, early experience of using magic. He was trained by Jorund Runeshaper, a character many of us know, who is one of the early magic users in the Mythic Legions mythos.
Yes.
But still, getting his becoming better to handle the magic that he is born with, the magical skills, he searched out the order to seek redemption and absolution, and thus this is how he has joined the order. A character created by Joe Vasapolo.
Go.
It's cool. It's cool that he has his own little band. Like he's got like his own little. It's like the Suicide Squad, right? It's like a band of former
Criminals?
wrongdoers, criminals that have sworn to fight on the side of Ethoron. So it's that's kind of neat. It's like a little Suicide Squad.
Yeah. It's interesting that it says that he's leading this band of criminals, not former criminals. He's leading these criminals who volunteered to. Maybe they were in the prison cells, and here comes Necronominus. We have to fight back, going down to the criminals and asking who wants to leave these cells and fight Necronominus instead. And then they follow Sir Andrew in battle. Pretty cool character to follow.
Yeah, I hope we see more of them, of the repetent. Am I saying that correctly? Repetent.
The
That's the name.
repentant.
The repentant.
The repentant.
Yeah,
That's the lead of the group.
that's gonna be neat. I hope we see more of them.
Moving on to Sir Adalric, who is, well, Stephen, how would you describe him when you look at him, Sir Adalric?
Like a peacock.
Like a peacock.
He's very fancy.
Mm-hmm.
He likes color. And looks like he might be a bit of a show off.
Yeah. He's said to be one of the richest individuals in Etheros. So when the all the corrupted leaders, they wanted to sway him to their side, to their cause and their opinions and stuff and he was like, I don't need you. You can't bribe me because I have more money than all of you. So he could not be swayed into being corrupt. He could not be bribed. So it says that he is the richest, one of the richest, and he is very generous. So he's giving a lot to charities and arts and stuff like that. It doesn't say that much about him being what kind of fighter he is. It says that he's a champion, but most of the descriptions for him is that he is rich.
He's rich and he's got some fancy duds.
Yeah. And here we have
Sir
Galeron, who is a warrior.
Yeah, I love this guy's bio.
Yeah. What do you remember from this guy's bio?
He has like a dark side to him or something, is what I remember. He's got like I don't know if it's a temper or something ominous about him, but he's a good guy. Am I close?
Yeah, exactly. He's one of the most noble and heroic warriors in the faction, but he has something dark, lurking beneath. What is it? We don't know, and he also has an urge to revenge against something that has, something mysterious that has happened in his past, but we don't know what. And it feels like this is kind of like how the early bios were written. Now when we have more of the lore and the world fleshed out, I guess this is kind of bio that we won't see now, because now we're adding more stuff to the whole world.
One thing I always thought would be cool, and maybe they'll never do it, is when there was always talks of a head pack. That was something the way I always envisioned the coolest head pack would be like heads for these guys, so we could see what they look like.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yes, I totally agree.
That'd be awesome. I mean, it would take these figures and take old figures and just make them like new again. Like, oh, look at this. Anyway.
But exactly, because that also makes it harder to relate to the characters, maybe, when you only have the helmet, but they're supposed to be humans,
Yeah, and they've got such personalities and stuff, and it would be kind of cool to see, what does Galeron look like? This guy that's a heroic guy, but he's got a dark side to him or something. Is he, has he got like dark bags under his eyes, or is he just very serious? And is Owain, does he have a smirk or just a pleasant face? We just need to. It'd be fun to explore.
Yeah,
it will be interesting how much of this will be explored in the upcoming books.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if some of that is explored. That would be, just flesh out some of these characters.
It's gonna be very, very interesting to see. I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Yeah.
So
it'd be cool if they would have done an alt head with the All Stars versions. If they would have done like with the All Star Sir Owain, and he came with a different, his unhelmet head.
Ooh.
And a fancy sword.
Yeah, that's backwards thinking, of course, because it's been done already. But that would have been cool.
But so when a character is getting voted into All Stars, it's cool for people to get the characters, but also for old fans who will get a head sculpt with this character.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, that would definitely get people to buy that, I guess. Anyway, that's a very interesting idea. So we have one slice of this chart remaining, and that is the Templar Order. Starting off with Sir Godfrey, who is the leader. He's the leader of the Templars, basically.
Leader of the pack.
What? Each character get a theme song. You get a theme song. You get a theme song. Everyone's get a theme song.
He's got a red
Steve's
plume.
being old.
Yeah,
I am being old.
You're so old.
I'm younger than you.
I know you are, but you're an old soul.
I'm just worldly.
Worldly
I
in
love that song.
1955.
I love that song.
Okay, so I'm old, but you both know exactly what I meant when I said it.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, I'm not denying it.
All right.
So here we have Sir Enoch, who is, it says here, commander of the Templar emissaries. The emissaries, riding along with the messages that are important to deliver across the realm. He's an old one, said to be the mentor to younger members of the emissaries. And one thing that's interesting is that his greatest honor was when he was being charged with delivering the message of Sir Gideon's ascension to the leadership of the order. So that's something that he was the one riding around and delivering that message.
So he's like a mailman.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a horrible way of saying it, and I can't come up with a no, so I must say yes. But he's the leader of the mailmen.
Right. So he's the postmaster.
Postmaster.
That is Postmaster General.
This is Len. This is one of the most anticipated figures I have, and you're trying to take him down.
I'm just saying. I mean, there's
He's
two ways.
awesome.
There's two ways to look at it. I mean, an emissary could be someone that spreads the word of Ethoron, like where you're talking about Templars, so they could be like an army that's going to spread the, word type of thing. Or he could literally be a messenger where he's just him and his commander just flying around delivering letters.
Yeah, but just because he was a messenger doesn't mean that's all he's ever been. Right?
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, look at him. He's toughest. He's Sean Connery with cool straps and
That is
Awesome.
exactly what it
a
is.
skirt.
And I'm gonna say this: if Sean Connery would to be deliver a message in a costume like that, that would be
Ethoron. You know?
Yeah.
Sir Gideon's in charge. Something like that. I don't know.
Choose wisely.
We have one other from the emissaries on the list, and that's Sir Elijah, who is, well, he's the best equestrian. He's the best
Yeah.
at handling the horses, or riding the horses in all of Ethoron. And he speaks a lot of different tongues, and I bet that can come in handy, when you are an emissary or
Heck
when you're
yeah.
a messenger.
Heck yeah, dude can ride a horse and speak some languages.
So
He's like He's like a fast C-3PO.
You guys are experts in taking some of these coolest figures and making them less interesting. That's not the purpose of this. It's like a riding C-3PO.
No, look at him. He's cool too. You can't make these figures lesser. I mean, these are the ones that got the cool faceplates, the swappable faceplates, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, look at the new armor, the new articulation, the soft goods. You can't take these
Valiant
figures down
Knight
a
under
notch.
there, right?
Yeah, that's what I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal.
And I'm looking forward to that. I think the Valiant Knight is a great figure, but I think that the torso, well, of course, it is slender, so it's supposed to be, you can have the soft goods on top, and I think that looks a lot better on
You know how
figures.
free? I mean, of course, that's the point. But how free for posing they're going to be? It's going to be so great. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Need a lot of Templars. I'm not sure I will get more Templars than Curtis Ackerman, but
just saying they're pretty geared up for messengers. Like if your job's riding a horse, I think you're going to be a little like lighter weight in your travels.
Wait, come on. What if you have a group of Necronomicon skeletons jumping on you? You need to be able to defend. You have to deliver these messages. I would say your messenger is not the same thing as a postman. Nothing bad about postmen, but Sir Elijah is a messenger.
Like the Pony Express, man. Those guys had to deal with all kinds of stuff. Didn't you ever watch that show? What was that show about the Pony Express in like the 90s, They were always shooting each other and running into stuff, and they had a girl that was pretending to be a guy. Remember that show? It was awesome.
They have an important role in this in this order, definitely. It's actually interesting that the Templars are the ones who are sending the messages. That's just interesting.
Yeah,
so
because they're all geared up with all that armor.
Yeah, but they're all that. Everyone's a knight or a paladin or something.
And here we have the strongest horse in all the land.
It's actually the swiftest and bravest.
The strongest back that can hold all that armor.
This horse
all the travels.
This horse isn't better than Bishop, though, is it?
It says that it's the swiftest and bravest, but how would that work? I mean, Bishop is.
I mean, shouldn't Heaven's Brand have the swiftest and bravest? They must mean other than Bishop.
Yeah, that this feels.
DGRM's asking if Steve that was a real show.
It was a real show.
Dream that was that?
No,
a dream?
it was a real. You guys don't remember that? That was like Wild Bill Hickok was in it, and it had there was a character, and there were a bunch of young kids. I can't think of the name. You guys,
Jesse's saying Young Riders.
Young Riders. There it is. Yes,
boy,
that's
you're so lucky that Jesse watches this show and saved you. What the heck was that on? Like, really? Was that one of those syndicated ones, like Hercules and Xena?
No, it was before that. It was like on once a week, and I think one of the Baldwins was in it. I think he in one of the Baldwin brothers. I think. Remember there was the Wild Bill Hickok was in it. He was like the bad guy, but not the bad guy, but like the tough. He was like the Wolverine of the group, you know. He's like,
Yeah.
And then they had this chick that was she was a chick, but she pretended to be one of the boys. And no one knew it, but then someone found out, like they always do, and they're like, "Oh, we'll keep it a secret." And
Soul Power saying
they're always
the
trying
rest
to
of
have.
us?
No, that's Young Guns.
Yeah, that's different.
This is about the Pony Express.
Brad's saying it cashed in on the Young Guns popularity, so that makes
Yes,
sense. So it must have been okay. All right.
Yes.
Sorry, Emma. I didn't mean to derail you.
I think
Okay.
we
Sometimes
needed to work,
it's fun.
I think we needed to work that out.
Yes, and we have something sad to say, since that it says the deacon is the swiftest and bravest. I think when you're reading Bishop's bio, it doesn't say that he's swifter or bravest, it says that him and Gideon ride into battle as one, their hearts pure and true, for they know that faith has the power to turn away even death. So maybe he's the slowest horse in the kingdom, but he knows that.
And you tease up, you say we're trying to degrade these figures, and you just call them the slowest horse in the kingdom.
Bishop is still the horse that I'm looking forward to the most.
I thought we were talking about Deacon.
Yes, we were, but Steven
the rat poison?
Deacon with Bishop. So okay, we just have a few figures left. And here we have Delphina of Etheros, who is a Templar Knight. And I would actually like to read her short bio. Growing up near Etheron's temple in the city of Etheros, Delphina was always fascinated with the Templar Knights and their holy temple. As she grew, the fact that the order was enigmatic, mysterious, and operated secretly ignited Delphina's imagination and nourished her desire to join the Templars. Delphina was 19 years old when Sir Gideon Heavensbrand re-established the Templars, and they began to recruit new members. Although quite young to be a Templar Knight, Delphina of Etheros has become a spirited and vital member of the order. So we get info about her past, but not about her skills or what she is now. But I really like this figure. I think, and this is one of my favorite head sculpts of all the. I mean, we're talking lore now, but figure-wise, it's like, I think Delphina is beautiful.
She has a beautifully sculpted figure.
Yes. Moving on to the Templar Knights, who are no bio, but are the core forces mainly. I mean, of the Templar Order.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the Templar Relic Guards.
These guys are cool.
Yeah, so these are 12. They're supposed to be some of the Templars' most capable and loyal members, and they protect a secret known only to them. Well, we know that they're not guarding the remains of Ethoron, so there's something else.
Yeah, there's something else, and like Len was alluding to, does Gideon know what the secret is? That's like the president. And some presidents say they don't know if there's aliens, right? But they gotta know, right?
It says only to them, but I mean, what about Sir Godfrey, who is the leader of the order?
It says only they know. So they're like, are they like the CIA? They're running black ops, special secret missions. Nobody knows.
That's why they have black crosses, because they're black ops.
Yeah.
It's a symbol.
Maybe they're not guarding anything. They're like, so we have a
They're just
sacred duty
hanging out.
here, which this is a sacred duty. We're regarding something in here.
They're like, hey guys, this is a good gig. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
It's really nothing important here.
We get to wear black and not red.
We got cool uniforms.
Yeah. They were the class who got the wrong tunics and that were all black. And it's like, wait, let's say this was on purpose. Yeah, we're special. Sorry, that was making fun of the relic guards.
No, but I do think the relic guards are cool. They look cool, and I do like the whole 12 thing, which is a pain in the butt because it makes me want to have 12, and I don't have a spot to have 12 of them. So,
yeah.
Jesse
So Jesse is writing here. Gideon reinstated them. My guess is that he knows. Yes, and Sir Godfrey knows as well. So what Jesse is saying that he doubts that the bio is written correctly.
they guard Gideon's mustache.
Joe thinks that they're guarding Gideon's mustache.
Okay, let's by that. Let's end this. This was the Order of Ethoron. Guarding the mustache.
I love it.
I think it started out well, but something happened there.
No, I think it got better as it went.
Oh, J
We're
Mac
gonna
saying
start with a
the
mustache.
Black Crosses don't have to deliver mail.
Yeah, you're applying to the temple, so
Uh-huh.
do you like red or black crosses? But what does it mean? Do you wanna deliver mail, or do you wanna guard that room?
One of the guys, we only have 12 of them, but one of them died, so we have an opening.
Yeah, we have an opening.
No, that's I kidding aside, all the jokes aside, I love that whole faction, and they look awesome, and so many figures in there. I'm excited to get. Super cool, super fun.
Yeah, every time we do one of these focuses, it brings up figures that aren't out yet that I really get excited for again. Like it's like, wow, we need that. And it makes me a little sad too, because it brings up some figures I don't have, and I probably won't unless they all star.
I thought
So
you were gonna say it makes me sad because I also see figures that I don't miss at all.
No, that would make me sad.
That would be really bad if you'd say. But yeah, so you feel like you would like to have. You're striving to have a complete collection, to have all of them, or?
Oh yeah. Well, why wouldn't you? You're not a real fan unless you have everything.
Ooh. Ooh.
No, you collect the way you want to collect. Whatever makes you happy.
Whatever makes
It's all
you
about
happy.
it's all about looking at your shelf, looking at your collection, and being happy.
Then I want 100 Templars.
But I like that faction enough that I would love to have it complete. Let's be honest, I want to have one of everything. There's certain ones I know I'm not, but there's some heavy hitters in there in the aftermarket collecting world in that faction. So that one's rough. And as we get closer to when they're actually coming, like the release of that wave, they just get harder to get.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The figures from Ethoron and Necronominus, those two are my favorite factions, followed by with Elithia. So when the Ethoron Necronominus wave was announced and everything, it's like this is the best. And we all have different favorites. So we're not talking about some bad waves or not, but we're just talking some are more closer to our hearts, bigger favorites. Yeah. And the Ethoron ones are and it's strange though, because they're mostly knights,
Yeah.
So I can understand if someone says like, well, there's so much of the same, and I love them.
Yeah. I love them too. I thought the knights are great. So
yeah,
and I've come to realize that I like good guys.
No.
What? Yeah. Oh, Noble Bear and this.
Yeah, I really like good guys, I guess. When it comes down to I'm always when it comes to my toys, you know. I really like the GI Joes. Everybody's always like, "Oh, Cobra's cooler," which I understand what they're saying, but I like the GI Joes. I think they're great.
I would definitely go for the bad guys when it comes to both G.I. Joe and Masters.
Well, I love both. I love the bad guys in both of those lines, but I also really like the good guys. I like good guys.
I also like good guys. I like both of you guys.
Are we good guys?
I think we're good.
I'd like to see. I'd like to imagine that.
Yeah, this is a very straight, like as far as visual faction goes, right? Like, I mean, like we said, it's all knights, and
Right.
it's very much all the same. It's not like that mix up of certain things. And I don't mean the way that like Rising Suns is like, you know, a mix of races and things and whatnot. It's there's other waves too that have like a mix. Well, I guess not so much like, you know, your skeletons or things like that, but do you know what I mean? But visually it's very like cohesive as far as factions go.
Yeah, and I think there is something that I really love about the faction that, you know, there's a quote from Lord of the Rings that I come back to and fro when Frodo's, you know,
I like
what
walking down south.
Yeah, what are we gonna do?
It's easier.
No, why are we doing this? And Sam's response is like, well, because we must believe. We must believe that there is something good in the world and it's worth fighting for, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like when I see Gideon, I only see how a good noble faction should be, you know, how they could be without, you know, just and of course something that is just all of it is good, like what Gideon is representing. Of course, I realize that can only kind of like exist in a fictional world, and I love this faction for it. You know, they represent something that is totally pure, and then I can go and love an Necronominus because they're super evil and stuff like that. But I appreciate that with this faction.
Well, it's like there's like an innocence to it because we live in a world where everything everything seems to be either corrupt or, you know, there's no good people who say they're good never actually a lot of times don't seem to turn out that way, and we're not allowed to have heroes, and we're in a thing of the anti-hero and everything else. And this kind of harkens back to us being kids when, you know, He-Man was just a good guy.
Yeah.
And you know, Sir Gideon is just a good guy. And that's cool.
Yeah.
I think
yes, that is exactly. And
no, absolutely. Captain America. Yeah, Jesse just said what I was thinking. Yeah.
And that's good because Ethoron is Captain America, Jesse says. So and Captain America is my favorite superhero.
Mine too.
Because this is and I know many is like that's boring. But I like other heroes as well, but this really is. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Superman, Captain America, my favorites.
Yes. Well, Captain America. And just something for you, Stephen, here from Dorkler. Wow, Stephen, and not a single bare chest in the faction.
No, but I'll tell you what, my favorite faction of all time has a lot of them.
Yeah,
a lot of bare chests.
Yes, and Bill, I have to say that also that when we talked about Sir Uchak, Stephen instantly talked about stripping him down.
I did.
So I guess you are onto something here, Bill, that it needs to be some bare chests.
But I did have some restraint. I only talked about legs and upper arms, like thighs and, you know.
Oh yeah,
you did.
Sons and guns. I didn't say I didn't go the bare chest route.
You couldn't think of a rhyme for it.
Well, that and I don't want. How do you not show off that awesome sculpting of that chest armor and stuff? I mean, come on. Beautiful.
Yes.
So.
All
right. I think that wraps us up, huh?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's great. So now we're just looking forward to see when we get boxes in hand. But everyone, again, relax.
Take a chill pill.
Take it. Yeah. No rush here. Try to be friendly. You know,
Right.
don't
Try.
call Diego, not even to make a joke. Don't call Diego about customer service. Don't do it. It's not
Yes.
even it's not a fun joke.
And that's even what Diego said yesterday. He said
Yes.
that, yeah, he said, don't, even as a joke, don't like send
No.
me an email joking, because that just, it takes time to open that email, look at it, read it, like, and that's slowing down the process of it. So yeah, we all like our jokes, but maybe now is not the time because there's a lot going on.
This isn't a joking matter.
Yeah,
This
4
is
to 5
toys.
weeks, guys. 4 to 5 weeks. So just
It's not jokes. These are toys. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, there.
Yeah.
So this fella, I don't know who this guy is, reminding us that there is a Legions Ladies show on tonight, and I believe that's YouTube based. So after you guys check us out, go take a break, grab something to eat, and check out Legions Ladies.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of the exact time. Oh, there he is. I'm not sure of the exact time. I think they're on 7. And they're a great show. I watched them last week. I watched them when Jeremy was on. And it's a fun show. It's very good. I liked it.
Well,
They
cool.
weren't too happy with my selections for our voting, though, I heard. Because I didn't really like the female figures too much.
You got them all stirred
sorry.
up.
Yeah. Usually that's your job, but I guess I was the one this time around.
Well,
Greg is saying 7:30 he thinks it is. So definitely check those guys out. It's something else to do on a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
all right. Well, that sounds good. Thanks for joining us on the Cabal this time, and also thanks for joining us from YouTube. And yeah, let's wrap this up. This is what, episode 46? Was that what it was?
54.
I think so. 54. Why do I? Yeah, of course it's 54.
And we're gonna work on getting those podcasts up. Right, Steve?
Yes, we are. We're gonna try. So, all right, everybody. We'll talk to you again. Till then, we'll see you around the land of Mythos and Cosmerium.
Bye.